What's going on, guys? It is MurderInc here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today we are going to be talking about the two Arena Kings after this crazy new patch we just got. As you guys know, with this patch we just got the addition of AI presets, team presets, who cares? I mean, hey, listen, it's cool, we've asked for it forever, but I'm here talking about the AI. Let's see, did this change anything for the top two Arena Kings in the entire game of Raid Shadow Legends with this new change here? So let's go over to who the previous ones were, just in case people aren't familiar with the top two champions before. It was number one, Prince Aymar. Prince Aymar, absolute beast. You will see him in every good team comp. And when I say top two, this is kind of a hard claim to do. I've seen people do this before. They're kind of taking a champion that's just used all the time. That doesn't make it a top champion. Maybe people haven't fully figured things out yet for it. Champions are good based on how they work with the current meta. It's always changing. It just significantly changed with reaction gear. Reaction gear is huge, which is why Aymar is such a strong champion. He has an incredible speed aura. He has an AoE 100% chance to CC minus the 3% chance of resistance. Plarium, by the way, get rid of that. It makes no sense. I shouldn't have to RNG if I hit the proper accuracy. Anyways, we're not here to rant, MurderInc. Today, we're talking about Aymar, why he's so good. He resets cooldown, so not only does he CC everybody if he goes first, they fall asleep. You make sure you speed tune your other two champions like your debuffer and your nuker to be slow. They do some damage after the enemy team awakes. They use their cooldowns. What if they don't kill it? Swift parry proc. Swift parry is also in the meta. What does Aymar do? He resets everybody's cooldowns because that's not broken at all. So what happens? He gets to do everything all over again. No more swift parry. Good luck. So Aymar, easily one of the two strongest champions before this AI patch. Who is the second strongest? The one, the only. I just did a video on him, Warlord. How do you counter Warlord? You don't. You either go first or you lose. That's pretty much how it goes. You could resist him. You could use Aymar with full resistance gear. So Warlord, he resets everyone's cooldowns. Aymar resists it. Aymar uses his A3. It's a big brain play. However, like I just said, there's a 3% chance for it not to work. Your turn meter can get decreased. It's really risky. You never want to risk things when you're on offense and fighting. You want to go for that 100% win rate. Medals matter. Great hull progression matters a ton. So these are the important things here. So now we are in a new era of the arena. With that being said, let's hop on over to my account and have a look at, first of all, my gems are full. I'm free to play now. That should never happen. I apologize. I won't let it happen again. You will never see anything like that again. I promise you. For some reason, I'm in gold 3. Not only am I in gold 3, I'm in the bottom of gold 3. This is the second time this has happened where I have been reset down to 2,900 points, and then it's automatically dropped me down 2 tiers instead of 1. Plarium. Listen, I know I stopped spending. You're probably upset. I would be upset if I were you. I was a pretty good customer of yours. The thing is, I can't get anything, so stop punishing me. Okay, end rant. So, we are talking about AI changes here. Let's go over this really quick. So we have Warlord. We don't have Warlord. Which is it? Warlord 1, 2, or 3? Not a flex, I swear. Number 2. And we have Aymar. So what we're going to do is we are going to go and pick our first saved reset team, because apparently I didn't know how it worked before. I literally don't know how this works.
6.5 hours later.
Now I do. So let's go and find Aymar. He's going to be our leader. Aymar 1, 2, or 3. Not a flex, I swear. Once again, I believe it's number 1. 16,000 power. It's definitely not number 1. Yep. Okay, this is the right one for sure. So now that we have that set, let's go to Warlord. Is it Warlord 1, 2, or 3? Once again, not a flex, I swear. Warlord 2. Confirmed. Then we are going to follow up with Atrunda, and finally Madame Saris, who is a legendary. I'm not sure why they're kind of beating around the bush here, but what's important is the AI changes. Now, with this new system here, who becomes the meta? So many good champions, so many legendaries, a lot of them seeming underwhelming. People would never expect to use these champions, and maybe they will become relevant in due time as more people get familiar with this system, start playing with it more. New Team 1, you know what? The meta. Literally the meta. Let's just call it how it is. So we want him to start with Abyssal Gaze first. Use first turn and first round after turn 1. Other instructions overtake. Yes. Okay, perfect. That's set. I want to save that. Everything else is used as normal, so that's saved there. I want to go back to it. Maybe I didn't have to do that. I could just switch through. Orcus Rituals. First, yes, the same thing is going to apply there. He's going to use that first. Trunda, what do I want her to do? That's a good question. I don't really care because Trunda's balanced as well. Nothing need to be changed there, but even though she's bugged, but that's a totally different topic that I've already covered here. We want her to use Midnight Ritual all the time, the way Madame Sarah should be. Her AI is a little bit tricky. They tried to fix it. It still works kind of good, not really, but it's okay. Okay, here we go. This, and then like I said, what do we want to do here? So using the A2 with reaction gear isn't really the strategy anymore. It was pretty good, now it's not good anymore because of reaction. Now you want to use her A3 twice instead of her A2. I mean, you could still use the A2, but hey, listen, this isn't a coaching session on how you should play your arena. So, with this new system, who are the top 2 new champions? Who are you guys thinking? Who do you think I'm going to say? You think it's going to be Sifi? Think it's going to be Arbiter? The top 2. I mean, I said King, so it's obviously not Sifi. Is it going to be Tormund? Is it going to be Wortham Frost King? S tier, by the way. Don't at me. Is it going to be Krisk? Ooh, I don't know why I'm asking you. I already know the answer. I just want to know. Do you guys know? Hegemon. Hegemon? So the answer is, of all of the legendaries in the game, the 2 new kings for this arena after preset custom AI being integrated into the game is Warlord and Kymar. Anyone shocked? I'm not. Anybody surprised at all that this didn't change anything? What this did was it took the 2 best champions in the game and made them even stronger. Now Warlord, he's gonna be a problem. I hate using the word nerf. NANI? But he's really going to be an issue. It's going to be very, very hard to have any type of answer. Maybe we can come up with something, but like I said, this AI system is good, hands down, no questions asked, no doubt about it. This should have been in the game 2 years ago. But the strongest 2 champions in the entire game by a significant margin too. Yes, you could say, what about Sifi? I'm talking about overall in Arena. I've used all of these champions and pretty much every champion, even if I don't have it, on other accounts, tested them, tested their viabilities. The champions that offer the most on their own with their kit are these 2 champions, hands down. So these were the 2 best before. They're even stronger now with this reaction Swift Parry meta, and now they're even stronger with this new AI change. So these are the 2 kings. I mean, I guess I'll say in my opinion, because I don't want to act like I'm out there and, you know. Okay, save preset team. Let's see what happens here. I'm not going into speed team. Like I said, I was knocked down to gold 3. This is the 2nd time this has happened. But, you know, start on auto. Yeah, just go for it. Let's see what happens. But this is what I'm talking about. This is why they're so strong. It's just crazy to say. This team has no chance. No chance to do anything. Even if they cut me off. Let's say they're speed booster went first, they cut me off, then my Warlord goes. What happens next? But the real thing is, what made these champions so much stronger? Because you can say, Murder, how is this any different on offense when you could have just manualed? Isn't it the same thing? How did they get better if you could have been manualing the whole time on offense? Viewer, great question. I'm glad you brought it up. Because I would have been confused if I just heard everything I just said about these 2 champions and been like, wait a minute, wasn't this always a thing? Why did they get better? The reason why they got better is because of defense. And defense is why this is a problem. You weren't able to use the most two powerful champions in the game unless you had met specific conditions, which is why Siphi Warlord Duchess, that was the go-to strongest combination in this game for defense. You could throw in a Kymar in there for an even better speed leader, and it was just such a nuisance. You had to make sure block debuffs, shield, there were so many ways to have to fully understand Warlord's kit to make his AI work as intended. Now, it's all over. I don't need Siphi, I don't need anybody. I can build the tankiest team in the world, full resistance, actually probably not full resistance, terrible advice, don't do that. Too many increased accuracy champions, wouldn't recommend it. But you can use Warlord by himself now. You can just use him by himself. There's no penalty. Siphi Warlord was easily countered by Valkyrie. Siphi would go first because she had to make sure Warlord got a turn, and Valkyrie would cut in, lower everyone's turn meter. She would A1 a target with Evil Eye proc, lower the turn meter again, and you had a really high chance of winning and farming that team. I was doing that for the longest time. Now, what do you do if it's an Arbiter? What happens if it goes Arbiter Warlord? How are you going to counter that? I'm asking, I'm not asking me, I'm asking you guys. How are you going to counter that? Should there be a team that good? And what do they do next? Were they considering this when they did this AI? There's no way. There's no way. If they were, they would have said, okay, maybe when we did our champion tuning and we buffed a few champions, equalized a few champions, maybe when we buffed Warlord, we should have thought twice about that. I agree. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do next. Does this need to be addressed? Probably. It's going to give players with Warlord an extremely high advantage, even higher than it already is, and obviously not everyone has Warlord. He's a very hard Void Legendary to get. All Void Legendaries are difficult to get, especially targeted ones. So does he need to be looked at? In my opinion, yes. Same thing applies to Kymar. Kymar is someone who you just wouldn't really run on defense. However, there was one player in my clan. His name is, you know what, let's just go to it. Give him a quick plug. Let's give him he's also a content creator. He's a content creator for the Russian community. I enjoy talking to him a lot. His name is RRDD. This isn't his normal defense. However, he has a really amazing defense where he actually figured out how to use Kymar successfully in the team. I fought him when we did a free-for-all in the arena where there was no clan rule. We could all hit each other. It was tons of fun. I went after his team specifically because I know he's known to have really strong... Where'd he go? Where did he go? Okay, don't ever do that again while I'm recording live. Anyways, really strong team. Yeah, you're not cute with your smiley face, bro. All right, listen, back to what I was saying. Really strong team. He got to use Kymar because Kymar does the most frustrating thing ever on his AI. When you put him on defense, he just resets the cooldown. He doesn't care at all. All he's going to do is reset the cooldown. You didn't want to have your cooldowns reset. He's your fastest champion. No one's cooldown can be reset. Kymar doesn't care. He just uses it. Now that's gone. Now he has this crazy AoE sleep remove buff all in one that you can start using on defense now. So he falls into the same category as Warlord, which is why I don't think they should nerf Kymar. Kymar is a rather decently balanced champion. I mean, in my opinion, he's probably the best champion overall in the entire game because he can be used everywhere. I've made a 1-key Clan Brawls team with him. He's in almost every single speed run for dungeons, and I believe in the video I did it in 12 seconds or 13 seconds. He's like your go-to all-around champion at the top level. He does everything at the highest level. There are quite a few champions that can do every single aspect of this game well, but he is kind of like above and beyond at the top level. Dragamorph is really good, but how many Dragamorphs do you see in top Platinum Arena? Not just Arena in general, top Platinum. So this is what I'm saying about Kymar. There should be a strongest champion, there should be a weakest champion. However, I really think they have to consider what they've done with this AI change because I know they weren't thinking about it already. However, these are the two kings of the arena. Give me your feedback. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think it's someone like Chris? It's not Chris. Do you think it's someone like Siphi? I can see a point for Siphi. Siphi's pretty good. She has the... if she had a speed lead, Siphi would probably be up here. But she doesn't have a speed lead, she has a resistance lead, and I've already explained my thoughts on resistance. It's okay to get away with one champion with really high resistance, but a 4-man team, No. Okay, so that's my piece on that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you yell and scream in the comments if you completely disagree with me calling for, I mean, I'm not really calling for nerfs, but I'm kind of calling for nerfs. Maybe I see it and you guys don't see it. I know a lot of people in top platinum, especially in my clan and other clans, they understand how much of a problem we're going to see with Warlord, with Kymar coming forward. Maybe I'm a bit too early on this since this just came out, I'm pretty sure today actually. So don't hold back. Stomp your feet, yell and scream in the comments. I'm okay with it. We'll see down the line. I'm not the type to say I told you so. So whatever happens, happens. But I'm interested to see where this goes from here. Give me your feedback. Do you think these are truly the top 2 arena champions in the game? Do you think it's somebody else? Let me know. As always, guys, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. And I will see you all in the next video.